Hello everyone, welcome to Excel as a database. This is the fourth video of this series. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the last video, I talked about how to create a manual database. There was a simple table and we were having an output sheet that you can print, and that's your dashboard. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to create this is simple, but this time we will have a dedicated input sheet, and that input sheet will post entries into the table. There will be no manual entry into the table. So let's get started. So there will be an input sheet. Let me get away. Input sheet, auto posting, and an output report. So this is our blank workbook. Let's open our simple workbook rather. Yeah, this is our simple. Let's start creating from here. First save as. Let's rename it to simple database 2. Okay. So this is the output sheet, but we need an input sheet. So let's create a copy of it. Where it is, move or copy, create a copy, and we have this output 2. You can't see, but I can see. Let's change the color of our input sheet. This would be our input sheet, and we can move output to here, and this is our, I'm just renaming the sheet input. This is now input sheet. We have output sheet. If you can see, we have output sheet, we have input sheet, and we have HR data sheet. So on the input sheet, instead of output, I need to have input over here. Let me change the colors so I know these are going to hold the inputs now. So these are the input cells. We don't want to have any. So the thing is, whenever there is a new entry, my macro is going to put it in the next row. Right now I have data till 9th row. What I want is, I want to have new posting in the 10th row. Will it be simple? Yes, it's very simple. I will share how I did it. It's very simple. I will move my cursor to cell A1 in the HR data sheet, and then from there I will say, if you can see my, yeah, so I'm going to say this, so you can see what I'm going to do is I'm going to control and press the control and down arrow key, and let me fix the view first. You cannot say this is the perfect view, but I think the keyboard is more visible to you now. So if I'm in H1 and I say control down, I will go to the last row, and then after that I have to move one step down, and then I can store my new entries in that row. So this is simple. This is how I started. Instead of this is HR table, but usually what I have is a dot. So from here I will say control down and I will go to the last entered row. So this is how I do it. So let's try make some new entries. Pool Samsung addresses, say Karachi. Date of birth is say 118. That's to say 98. Mobile number is something. Email is b@b.b. Date of joining is 1/1/15. Designation is associate. Department is this time, let's say, customer services, and the qualification is graduate. and the current pay is, let's say, 5. So these are the entries I want to post. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to developer and I will go to record macro. This is macro 1. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select this range, Control C. I'm going to HR data sheet. In cell A1, down arrow, one step down, and then right, and then I'm going to paste special. I'm going to paste values, and I'm going to transpose. Okay, and what I want to have is a new serial number. Okay, this should be 8, and that's it. So developer, stop recording, and then there is a problem. What is the problem? We have simple database 2.xlsx. So what we need to do is we need to save it to xlsm. So let's save it first. Where is my, okay, yeah, here it is, save as. This should be xlsm. Okay, let's go to our macros. And this is what we have recorded, and there is a blank xlsx, and I don't want extra sheet to be open. Let me close this. Now I will go back to my Visual Basic. So this is the macro. Let's say this is post entry. So this is the name of the macro. I don't want any comments. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to start from blank. This should be this workbook.activate, so that every time my macro should run in this workbook, and this should start from the sheet. What is the sheet name? This is the input sheet. Okay, so this should be input sheet. All right, in the input sheet, select range this, copy, and then go to, so this is the input data. You need to comment. You need to comment, otherwise you can't edit this your macro in future. It will be very hard. It will go to range A1, perfect. One step down, but not go to range A1. After it has gone to the last row, entered row, this is this one, it has to go one step down, and we have a command for that. We all know from the Ahmed activity, and that is ActiveCell.Offset, and we want to offset one row, one comma, column offset, no, dot activate. So this will move our cursor to one step down, and then what is going to happen? We want to have a serial number, and we know that serial number is always one number plus from the last serial number. So what we can do is we can pick up the serial number from here. We can say current serial, or we can say max serial is equal to ActiveCell.Value. And there is another good habit that you, whatever variables you should use, define it. Then vMaxSerial, and you can have a comment to explain what you have stored in there. So this is current maximum serial number in database. So next time I would use vMaxSerial, I would know what is stored in that. So this is the current value. Then I will activate, and then I will say ActiveCell.Value. Why this should be copied. ActiveCell.Value should be equal to vMaxSerial plus 1. Great. But doing this would change anything? Let's see, I don't think that this will change anything, but then what I will do, once I have a new serial number, what I will do is I will move my cursor to the B column, right? So for that I will say 0 and column 1 activate. So there will be no change in the row, but my cursor will move one step to the right, and now it has reached the perfect column to paste this data. And maybe this was fine. So this is writing new serial, better to comment, and this is paste new entry, and no need for this and not for this. So let's try again. Let's put it here, and let's put my Excel to the left. Let's try to run this. So selected, copied, going to HR data, going to A1, coming down, activate. This should be 9. Now one step to the right, and value paste, and that's it. Perfect. Now I have saved my data in the next row. So I have a new data in the row number 11 with the serial number 9. So this is how it is done. Let's say if this is now Microsoft, and current pay is 800, and let me add a button. I have this button, and this is linked to the macro, and I say post data. So let's run this again. Done. Oh, entry has been made, but I don't want to stay on this sheet. I want to come back to input sheet. So let's go back and say input.select post entry, right? So there is a comment after entry, what I'm going to do, and this is picking data, and this is posting data, post, and this is post entry, right? post entry. So let's go back and change this to, this time name is Samsung, and the father's name is Sony, and we can say current package is 999, and let's say post data, and I'm back. I am back. This is so good. In the HR data, I have this new line. Great. So if I go to my output sheet and I click on this, my output report is ready with the new entries. This is Microsoft, this is Samsung, and this is good. This is good. So what else? Once I have posted, you see, if I say click done, but there's a problem. I don't know if it is posted, it hasn't posted or not. So let's add a message box. We will have MSG box posting done. Great. So let's run our macro now. Posting done. Posting done. Good, very good. But still there is a problem. The problem is, if I click on this again, I will post again. I don't want this data to be posted again. You see, when you program, you need to think about what errors could be generated by the user, and you have to restrict the user. You have to plan like that no entry is made in the database. Once it has been posted, it should not post it again. So what I will do is, I would say, once I am back in sheet this, then this range should get clear contents. The data should be deleted. And this shared posting done. Great. So let's run this again. Posting done and the data is gone. And if I go to HR data, there is a new entry, but there is no more data. So if I say post data, posting done, why is it still posting? If I go to HR data, oh, you can't see. So my bad. So let me zoom out a bit. Yeah, you can see right now I have 18 and 19. So these are the ones. But what if I post again? There is another entry of 20. So now I am getting blank entries. So let's delete those because I don't need blank entries. So now I need to add a check that blank entry should not get posted. So let's say I should have a name, I should have a date of joining, and I should have at least current pay. So if I have these three mandatory fields have some data, then there should be a post. So let's add a check over here, and that is if okay, try to put the maximum load on Excel, not in VBA. This is a tip, because VBA is slow in processing data, in processing equations, and Excel is fast. So we will create our check in Excel if or this is equal to blank, or date of joining is equal to blank, or front pay is equal to blank. This is equal to true, then say 0. 0 means no posting, or we can say no posting. No. Otherwise, nothing. So if I E7 is saying no, and let me change background color. So if it is saying no, there should not be any posting. I will go back to developer. I will go back to Visual Basic, and this is E7. So if on the input sheet, if range E7, can't see, my bad. So maybe you haven't seen this code because I was trying to split the screen without changing the screen size. So this is the code we are having. I will definitely you will get the post this code in the description of this video. So if E7 is equal to, you must be yelling when you are not seeing the code. I hope this is not rocket science, simple code. If you have followed the earlier videos, this is simple for you. So I'm just giving it a better look. So if range 7 E7 dot value, definitely dot value, better to use it, is equal to no, then go to, I generally use Eend. What is Eend? This is my abbreviation. This is early end. So this is Eend, and Eend says MSG box not mandatory fields empty, right? EMPTY. Okay, this is the message box, but we don't want this message box after posting done. So go to an end. What is an end? Any guesses? Normal end. So that was early end, and this is an end. These are my own abbreviations that I use. So an end. Okay. So done. So let's go back and say, So we want to have some comments. Check for blank. So let's close this, and we have this Excel with us now. And let's try to post data. Entity fields are empty, great. And what's say, and we want to have what we want to have. Date of joining, say 1/1/2015, and sorry 1/1/2015, and then we have front page something, and say post data. Posting done, great. Let's go to our HR table, and we have this new entry. And if we go to our output, why there is no change? Oh, we have changed at number 18, right? But if you recall, when I created this equation, I gave the range A to L. So A to L means whole A column, whole L column, right? So whenever I make a new entry, I don't have to come back and change range of this output sheet. So in the next video, hopefully we are going to talk about how to edit the existing data, but this is how you should start developing your database. You should have an input sheet separate to your table so that your user don't have to go to the table to make a new entry. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment. If you like the ideas, if you like this video, think about giving this video a thumbs up. Think about liking this video.